I saw a couple questions in the chat. Is Kirby coming back? Is DJ coming back? DJ won't be back till around week 12. And there's no specific update about Kirby, but in this next clip, do we have Dan talking about some guys coming back?
We do have Dan talking about the injuries and possibly who can return for the Detroit Lions. Here is what he had to say.
To get back.
We're getting some guys back to practice, that's the number one thing. You know, we'll take a good look at Arnold. You know, he's going to practice tomorrow, get him worked in, see how he feels, see what it looks like. He feels good. He says he feels good. And he has been kind of running around a little bit, but we'll be padded up tomorrow, and so we'll get a really good look at him. You know, we started Thomas's clock, so he'll be running around out there, and I think we're going to start Rodriguez tomorrow. We'll start his clock. So those are all pretty good things right now with where we're at.
There's Dan Campbell on some of the injury updates. I don't want people to take that run with him, but Arnold's playing because he said, "Good look. We're going to look."
Good to look at
Arnold.
him. They said he feels good. Shout out to that guy. Take your pants off.
So there's that. He'll be in pads. So that's a genuine good look whether he's ready to go or not.
Kirby and Deck, I think they're like we said, they're just going to be week to week for the rest of the year probably.
Nah.
Kirby Joseph and Taylor Decker, it's going to be pain management.
Yeah.
Injury, if they're good to go, they're good to go. They play that week, but if they have a setback, they might miss. And obviously, you give them the buffer week, you give them an extra bye week, so that'll help. They're both probably going to play, I would assume. Obviously, Brian Branch is going to be back for this one after his suspensions.
Who also needs some time off because he was game time with his ankle.
Yeah, he was a little banged up
KC.
too. Ed O'Neill in the Woodward Sports Chat with the Super Chat. He says, handoff boy is going down. KOC 1-6 soon. FTV. Yeah, if you
DJ McCarthy.
Well, again, I think
against
1-6 DJ McCarthy.
But yeah, if you haven't heard, Carson Wentz dealing with an injury, done for the year. So JJ McCarthy, aforementioned handoff boy, will be the starter for the Vikings against the Lions.
DJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm here for that one.
It's good to hear Rodrigo's clock starting.
Yeah, Rodrigo's clock is starting from some sources. Amon-Ra expected back around week 10. So that's 3 more weeks now. And then I think it was week 12 we heard for DJ Reed. So there's your updates on those guys. Obviously, no Malcolm this week, but it'd be tremendous to have him back in special teams.
They expect it to be the Eagles game.
Eagles game?
They
expect 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, they expect Malcolm's return to be in the Eagles game.
But in the meantime, though, this Detroit Lions defense has been pretty stellar. I think the one outlier being the KC game.
Yeah.
But then there's also that's KC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a really good offense.
And the
really
Lions did release Kendall Fuller from their practice squad.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, obviously, the Legion of Whom stepped up, gave them a lot of confidence in those guys and their ability to make plays.
John Jones, what about Pascal? That's a great question. I feel like there's some weird stuff going on or some stuff that's a little too serious to even talk about because I don't know what – there's no update.
Yeah, nothing from Josh Pascal.
And I don't think it's one again, I've heard the DJ Reed stuff. I heard about, obviously, the Amon-Ra stuff. There's no discussion, I feel like. So it's one that people aren't comfortable speaking about. So that's my takeaway from it. I could be completely wrong on that, misreading that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out myself. Hey, what's going on? You good? Or what's up? But I think regardless, Detroit Lions defense is performing very, very well. I actually found an interesting stat. Let me make sure I got this right. I believe this is a run defense stat, if I'm not mistaken. It's 25.9% of plays Detroit Lions have defended have gone for 0 or negative yards this season. That's second most in the league. So I know we're facing a lot of injuries on the defensive side. Those are numbers you put up now without Malcolm Rodriguez, without Ali McNeil, majority of without DJ Reed. It's pretty fucking stellar. Calvin Shopper's been in his bag.
And yes, he has. It's been amazing. And the last update we got from Josh Pascal was this is October 1st. This is an MLive article, so I think Corey wrote this. But
MLive or Raven.
It says, no, I would say the same thing I said whenever that was a week or two ago. Campbell said of Pascal. He's improving, but he's not ready yet. So, still getting work done there. It's from Ben Raven. Shout out Ben Raven. So that was the last real update we heard about Josh Pascal. It was about a month ago.
And these numbers are according to PFF and/or True Media. Detroit Lions, Aiden Hutchinson leads the league in pressures. It's 48. They rank 5th in pass rush win rate and is tied for 4th in sacks. That's all Aiden Hutchinson, I apologize, by himself. Amon-Ra is 12th in pressures with 27, and then 20th with a pass rush win rate, 17.9%. Yeah, AQM. I apologize if I said something else. And then 10th for sacks. That's, again, numbers we're putting up without our guy back, without any of those names we just mentioned back, or even the most part missing.
So
And just got to lean back.
Exactly, dude. It's going to get nastier.
does this make you guys consider, with next week being the trade deadline, start looking at moves? Or where are you at with this, given what Dan Campbell just said and what you're kind of projecting for this team?
Yeah, I think they have, and they are. Like all the reports are, Brad Holmes is calling people, and I've seen reports about corners. We've all seen the edge stuff. Yeah, I would expect Brad Holmes to add a piece to the defensive line by the deadline.
And then somebody asked about Wingo. Wingo's actually back. He's just being used in the games where he is useful. He is a smaller defensive tackle. He's not really great at defending the run, but he can get after it in the pass rush game, and they're just going to play it that way. I think they did that last year with a few guys too. Like, just listen, we could use you when you're in games that make sense to use you. I guess that makes sense. So, like, if you're part of the game plan. That's been a big part of the defense too. Just like last year, we were so predominantly man coverage, and some of that was due to the injuries and whatnot too. But we know that's a trademark of AG. They've never shied away from that one. But this year, I feel like week by week, you're seeing it split up a little bit into back and zone coverage. I feel like just Kelvin Shepard coming in as your former linebacker coach. I don't know if you heard this or not, but the linebackers, they're able to call and cancel their own blitzes in game, and then having it effectively communicate to the back end. Which you go looking back at the Tampa Bay game, knowing that's your secondary, some of the guys, third string secondary guys, Devontae Maximus in there too. Like, just the communication from the linebacking core and them calling their shots and executing it when they do. It's been tremendous. I mean, Kelvin Shepard's been truly special. There's some rumors he might get the call for LSU. Former Tiger himself.
That would suck.
Do you think he'd take it?
I don't know if that's Lucas posted that.
Lucas posted that, but so does a couple other guys too.
Yeah.
You don't think he'd get a call? Or too soon?
Probably too soon. And I think he's going to wait for an NFL job. Why would he go to college?
He started at LSU.
Yeah, but like,
and went to LSU.
Why would you go to college when you can get an NFL job? You don't have to do any of the recruiting. You get paid more.
That bag. I don't know. What about to say, Chris?
I was just about to say, yeah, I would disagree, because at this point he's in the NFL and he is a hot name, and he is the name on a team that is like one of the most talked about teams in the NFL. So he just gets complete coverage, and you get to leech off of the Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn's success. Is like, okay, this is the next successor. Like, now there's a lineage here in Detroit when it comes to coaching. So this is the place for him to be, and he's staying here until he gets an NFL job, in my opinion.
That's fair. Some more numbers in Detroit Lions defense. The Lions have 23 sacks in 7 games, tied for the third most in the NFL. Obviously, little situations too where teams abandon the run, giving us that situation. Give us the opportunity to rush the passer, which is that's a trait we live by, or a term we live by. They own a collective pressure rate of 38.8%. That's 12th in the league, and they've done that while blitzing only 23% of the time of dropbacks, which ranks 18th. So it's like that's not the same blitz rate we saw last year, not the same man coverage rate we saw last year.
And that's what you expected when you got Aiden Hutchinson back, because we remember that defense and the defensive line, the play it had when Hutch and Aleem were both healthy at the beginning of the year last year. So having them both back is huge. I think when you look at pass rushing tandems in the NFL, they're right up there. They're right up there. I would say probably off the top of my head, I'd say they're top 5.
When they do blitz, they're 10th in pressure rate and a 54.9% success rate when blitzing.
Yeah.
And that's part of having Aiden Hutchinson back. And now you got to lean back too. Like, that's defense going to be cooking.
Absolutely.
Defense absolutely going to be cooking.